All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem. B'Chakorash Devonish to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the like Akim. Walk Watim, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. This is going to be another video to the spirit, and the topic for this one, through reading, blessed is he that readeth. That's where I probably get the majority of my topics from. And then, applying it to the real life situations we have to deal with. Basically mercy. All right, knowing that being in this truth is not only, it's not just a shout fest, a finger pointing contest. Yeah, brother, banging your chest. Hey, this is real life, and we deal with all sorts of situations, and you have to know when to exercise and display mercy. All right, and know how to execute these scriptures. And I'm mainly going to be dealing with certain of the scriptures when the Lord was telling us how we have to, when I say the Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, how we have to use mercy in certain situations, even if we are being done wrong, or even if we feel that we're being done wrong. All right, so let me get, because first I'm going to get the scriptures, and then I'm going to get the actual examples in scripture of them playing out, of men practicing them. So now I'm going to get Matthew chapter 5, verse 44. Let me see. Yep, Matthew 5 and 44 says, "But I say unto you," or let me start up. Matthew 5 and 43, it says, "Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you." And so, and we're going to get the proper meaning of this, all right? Because is this talking about for us to love Esau, Edom? Is this talking about for us to pray for these heathens that have had us in slavery, for all this time? No, this is dealing with those of our own nation, and more specifically among the brotherhood. All right, when you have, we have our little issues that arise. One brother may like vanilla ice cream, one brother may like chocolate ice cream. All right, just being facetious. All right, but that doesn't make either or brother wicked. Because growing up in this world, the mindset is instilled into you to only care about yourself and to only understand what you want to understand. So if you like ice cream and another Negro likes vanilla, you gonna beef with him. All right, if you like Nike and that Jake likes Jordans, you want to beef with him. But here in this truth, we don't have place for that. All right, we're supposed to know otherwise. Kind of like lost my train of thought. I had to step off and do something. Let me just go back to. Let me keep reading. Matthew 5 and 45 says that ye may be children, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and the unjust. All right, and so Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, ultimately he's the head over us all. So all the little minor quarrels, it can be forgiven and overlooked. All right, now if it's something serious, as a matter of fact, let me get this, because I'll just hurry up and get that. I'll hurry up and get that out the way. Now, there's certain lines that will not and cannot be crossed in this truth amongst the brotherhood. All right, and even Paul shows you that. Let me get that. This is 1 Timothy chapter 1, and I'm going to start at 18. It says, "This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith have made shipwreck, of whom is Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme." So now you have certain lines, and these two men, Hymenaeus and Alexander, they crossed the line. They blasphemed, so they were no longer within that they were no longer considered, to be accepting of grace. And in today's situations, you might have guys that, just plain fall out. They leave the brotherhood, whether it be they became disheartened, adultery, a liar, a stealer. Once a person is out of the brotherhood, then that's it. But as long as someone is still part of the brotherhood, then you show mercy. All right. Hey, and so now let me get another one too out of Romans. I just wanted to grab a couple of these scriptures, because you might have newer brothers, those newer to the faith, coming across these scriptures. In one instance, you'll see us telling these fools that they're, when I say fools, these heathens are going into slavery, and the wicked of our people, that they're going to be destroyed. And then when you come across certain scriptures like that, you may not know how to interpret it, what it actually means. So that's the whole point of this video. Kind of right here, Romans 12:14, it says, "Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep." All right, and this is dealing amongst the brotherhood, because those that rejoice with you are going to be your brethren, and those that weep with you are going to be your brethren. And sometimes brethren are going to clank heads. All right, and it may not be necessarily due to things dealing with wickedness. All right, you may hey, the example I was giving earlier, you may like chocolate, or brother may like vanilla ice cream, all right, and that may cause contention. But ultimately, what y'all both have the same goal. Y'all both want to be in the kingdom of heaven. Y'all both are faithful servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so that's what it's dealing with when it says, "Bless them which persecute you." All right, bless and curse not. Because ultimately that'll cause dissimulate. If everyone in the camp is just going at each other, if everyone amongst the brotherhood is beating on each other's forehead, no one is showing mercy, no one is forgiving each other, eventually it's all gonna fall apart. Verse 16, "Be of the same mind one toward another, mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits." It says, "Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men." So even if you are put in situations in which you feel like you've been wrong, you still have to do right. All right. Let's say, for instance, a brother shorts you out of some money. All right. Let's say, you let a brother borrow $20. He said, "Hey, brother, I'm going to have you back in 2 days." Now, is it right that the brother may not pay you back in that amount of time? No. But he's still among the brotherhood. He may have completely forgot, not doing it intentionally to pay you back, but he may have completely forgot. And then he'll call you up out the blue. "Hey, bro, could I get a pickup? Hey, bro, man, I'm feeling sick. Do you think you could get some? Hey, what are you go? Nah, that mother effer, he didn't give me my $20. Man, F that mother effer. That's the, hey, no. As far as it stands, as long as that man is in the brotherhood, take care of him. Because if a person is doing wickedly, ultimately the Lord is going to reveal it and get them up out of here. But as long as that person is still within the brotherhood, then you do that which is righteous and holy. All right. That's why it says in 17, "Provide things honest in the sight of all men." All right. And I've had to deal with situations like that, and so have many of you other brethren. All right. And so have our ancestors before us in the scriptures, which I'm about to get to. Verse 18, it says, "If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men." All right, so that's what we're supposed to be trying to do until we get up out of here. All right, hold it down until we get home. We're going to have our ups and downs on this boat, but keep your ass on the dock. All right, don't be falling out the boat. Don't be pushing other brothers out the boat. And if you see other brothers falling out the boat, do your best to help them back up. Now, if it's the Lord's will and they going into the ocean, then it is what it is. All right, so now I'm going to get two examples dealing with David, because David was put in many situations dealing with King Saul, to where King Saul wanted to take King David's life. All right, but King David was the better man, and he practiced that. He prayed for this man, even though this man wanted to kill him. He gave him righteous rewards, even though Saul was giving him evil rewards. All right, this is true. This is actual practicing of these scriptures. All right, 1 Samuel chapter 24, and I'm going to start at verse 3. All right, it's well known, if you've been reading, King Saul was trying to kill David, in many different instances. So 1 Samuel 24:3, it says, "And he came to the sheepcots by the way where was a cave, and Saul went in to cover his feet, and David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. So Saul and his men happened to go into a cave, not realizing David and his men were in there. And verse 4, and the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Hey, and this is a fellow Israelite, and he was being called an enemy. Why? Because of the way that he was treating King David. All right, so taking it back to that Matthew, that's who it's talking about. All right, when you have, that's dealing with your brethren that you were serving with. All right, but with your brethren that are amongst you. All right, because these heathens, these Edomites, they don't have any mercy. They're going into slavery. All right, so we understand that that's not the ones that who it's talking about. But we do still have to be peaceable with these heathens because this is their rule. All right, I just want to say that. So that back in verse 4, it says, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt. All right, so now I'm going to jump down. And basically, King David's men, they said, look, David, you can come take his life. And David, he didn't take his life, but he just simply chose to cut off a piece of his skirt, showing Saul that, look, I could have killed you, but I didn't. And he's going to go on to explain why. All right, and in this truth, you and I say you will, and if you haven't already, be put in situations to where you may have been wronged by a brother, and you are given the opportunity to either show a brother mercy or wrong him back. And in all those instances that may happen, you need to show the brother mercy or do the right thing. All right, seriously, you might get put in a situation, a brother did you wrong, then a week later, the brother's in a situation. Oh shit, man. Hey, brother, you think you can help me out? Hey, that's the Lord getting that brother back, chastening him for how he may have treated you. All right, you don't have to add on to that. All right, now is when it's time to practice the scriptures, because if you do add on to that, what's that's going to be? The vicious cycle. You throwing a fiery dart at him, he gonna throw it back. You gonna throw one at him, he gonna throw another one back. That'll create a cycle of wickedness. All right, verse 6. And he said unto his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is anointed of the Lord. And so basically he went on to, he woke Saul up, and he basically pleaded with Saul. Now I'm going to jump again. But notice it said King David, he didn't do it. He didn't kill him, because at that time, even though Saul was being wicked, he was still anointed over David. He was still David's master. And David knew, he understood order, all right? And practicing mercy amongst the brotherhood shows that you understand order, even if you are being done wrong, all right? Let me get another example. 1 Samuel 26:8. It says, Then said Abishai to David. Now this was another example. Saul and his men got caught lacking. They were sleeping. And David and Abishai they came across him. It says, Then said Abishai to David, The Most High Power hath delivered thine enemy into thine hand this day. Now therefore let me smite him, I pray thee, with the spear even to the earth at once, and I will not smite him the second time. And David said to Abishai, Destroy him not, for who can stretch forth his hand against the Lord's anointed and be guiltless? David said furthermore, As the Lord liveth, the Lord shall smite him, or his day shall come to die, or he shall descend into battle and perish. So once again, David was showing that mercy. He was given the chance to kill this man. And this man, Saul threw spears at him. Saul took away his wife from him. Saul was chasing him up and down throughout Israel, trying to put him to death. All right, Saul was intervening between him and his brotherly relationship with his right-hand man, Jonathan. But King David showed him mercy. King David, what does it say in that Matthew? He didn't try to get revenge on one that was despitefully using him. All right, and we have to practice that today. All right, we have to practice that in today's time. All right, amongst the brotherhood, you know. It's just as simple as that. And it's not always going to be easy, but it has to be done. All right. And notice what he said in verse 10. It says, or his day shall come to die, or he shall descend into battle and perish. So if a brother is doing you wickedly, hey, ultimately, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to handle that. Ultimately, if a brother's really being wicked, if there's a nigga in the camp, if there is a Negro in the camp, eating all the chicken, drinking all the Kool-Aid, you know, acting a fool, the Lord is going to take care of it. All right, but it's not our, or the Lord is going to have it to where, you know, the higher brothers, the brothers that's higher up in the camp are going to take care of it. All right, because, you know, this is more so aimed at brothers on a lower level, you know, the brothers who follow orders. It's not our, we're not the, it's not our jobs to always intervene into things. You know, if there's somebody being wicked, being actually evil, the Lord is going to make sure it gets taken care of. Whether that person literally drops dead, or if the Lord puts it on the spirit of the camp heads to get that dude up out of there. All right. So let me get this. So now I'm gonna read through this, which is one of the famous situations, Acts 15 and 36. And some days after, Paul said unto Barnabas, let us go again and visit our brethren in every city where we have preached the word of the Lord, and see how they do. And Barnabas determined to take with them John, whose surname was Mark. But Paul thought not good to take him with them, who departed from them from Pamphylia, and went not with them to the work. And the contention was so sharp between them that they departed asunder, one from the other. And so Barnabas took Mark and sailed unto Cyprus, and Paul chose Silas and departed, being recommended by the brethren unto the grace of the Most High Power. And he went through Syria and Cilicia, confirming the churches. So basically, we had a situation, and it doesn't go into detail. All right, it doesn't need to, but you had Paul and you had Barnabas, and you know, when you read up from some of the chapters previous, Paul and Barnabas were going around doing the work together. But then they had a journey that they were about to take on. Barnabas wanted to bring a certain person, and Paul, he didn't want that person coming. You know, whether it be, you know, that person was fresh to the faith, so he wasn't fully settled in yet. You know, it doesn't go into detail, but it tells you that there was sharp contention between them, to the point to where, hey, Paul separated. All right, and hey, it doesn't go too far into detail, but nevertheless, we all know that these men were men of the Lord. All right, and they just simply decided to part ways on it, rather than to, you know, continue to beef out about it. You know, they just simply decided to part ways, but they both continued on to doing the work. All right, they didn't. It didn't turn into a fist fight. You know, nigga. You know, you know, they just simply parted from each other, and they continued to do the work. All right, because hey, all these men were. I know Paul was put to death. I'd have to research, you know, how these other men would have died, but I'm pretty sure eventually they all ended up getting put to death. So they all had one faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and all had to be tested for it. All right, so that's basically it for this video. I just wanted to touch on that. You know, reading through the book of Samuel, we're gonna have to deal with those situations, especially now in these times. You know, hey, Esau Edom, he's about to do his thing. You may be put in a situation to where you're able to save a brother's life. You know, y'all on the run. You know, some shit like something out of a movie. You climbing a ladder, the ladder break, you reach down and catch the brother, and you got to pull him up. You know, hey, this brother may have shorted you $50, or this brother may have ate your last Snicker. You know, you gonna, man, fuck this. You gonna let his hand go? You know, you gonna let the brother, uh, you gonna let the brother plummet? You know, just for over some BS. All right, so hey, you know, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to touch on this topic, you know, for those that are maybe new to the faith, to know how to interpret those scriptures and how to deal with it in real life. All right, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakakodash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, walk with them, learning and teaching truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom. All right, and basically, practice mercy within the brotherhood. All right, you have to practice mercy. You know, so shalom.